Welcome. Lines are open for the Without a Crystal Ball Victims Hotline. This hotline is for people that have been victims of YouTuber Joy Paulson, aka Without a Crystal Ball. If you have a story to tell, if you want to make comments, if you want to be able to discuss things that have happened to you because of the YouTuber Without a Crystal Ball, lines are now open. I see a few people in the live chat. The link to join is in the video description. It is in the live chat. I will be having a call-in number. However, for today, I'll be doing it through StreamYards. For people who want to know why we've set this victims hotline up, is because many people have discovered that they have similar stories when it comes to Without a Crystal Ball. Things that she's lied about, things that she has fabricated, things that she has said publicly about people that were simply not true. And so I said, hey, why don't I make a hotline for these people? Because a lot of people want people to discuss things. Now, this is late. I apologize. Usually I would probably be having them early. If nobody's able to call in tonight, I quite understand because it is very late. I got off work late. However, it is still early my time. So let's see who's out there. Anis Frida, how are you? Have you been a victim of Joy Paulson, Anis Frida? By the way, Anis Frida, people were wondering if it matters. I kept saying that you refer to you as he. Other people were saying she. I don't know, nor do I really care. And if you don't care, I don't care. I'll say it's gender neutral. But if you have a preference, please let me know, because we were unsure the other day when something you had discussed and we were bringing it up. So make sure that my audio is correct. I have set my audio level and anybody who calls in audio level equally, so they should be both fine on the ears. And the link to join for the streamers in the video description and in the live chat. And we can just sit here as well. That's fine. I can just talk to the live chat while we're waiting for a caller to call. If somebody actually does. Like I said, I do recognize it's late. This is just maybe a preliminary to let people know I'll be doing these earlier, probably once a week, give or take. You know what? Let me take off the phone number there, because that actually is not correct. As of right now, I'm not using that particular one. I'm using StreamYard. So if you want to call, please use the StreamYards one, not the phone number that was in the video, because I haven't set that up properly right now, and I apologize for that. But use the StreamYard link. Your sound level is dandy. Thank you very much, Kimawaki. And as fairness says, not directly, but my brain cells have suffered. I apologize for that as well. Look, just by listening to Joy, if you have suffered just by having to hear some of the things she says, I think that is significant enough to consider yourself a victim. I do. Call me whatever you like. Don't call me late for lunch. I agree. Don't call me late for dinner. You can call me whatever you like. I don't care either. Erica, good to see you, Erica. Erica says, Tia's channel just discovered some proof linking this woman to the nonsense page. If you get a chance, check out the video. I was listening to that for a few minutes on the way home, actually. Supposedly that, again, this is just really from my hip, because what I was gleaning from what they were telling Tia, that there was a thing from an author, I guess, that came up as Katie's, that would only have been if she was on the nonsense account. Now, I don't think she is nonsense, at least as far as it doesn't sound like her, even if you try to, I haven't seen anybody try to filter out the filter, which I think you could do. I mean, if it's just a filter, you could probably take it off pretty easily. I haven't tried. Nobody's asked me to try it, and I'm not good at that stuff, but I can imagine it can't be that terribly difficult to remove a simple audio filter that has changed things by pitch or tone. You just reverse the process. But do I think that she knows who nonsense is? Oh, absolutely. Do I think that she's intertwined with that account? Yeah, absolutely. See, the thing I've learned is that the people that are that fanatic about Katie Joy, they are part of Katie Joy's Flying Monkey team. All of them. Nobody just says, hey, I'm going to bandwagon for Katie without being some kind of super stand for her. It just doesn't happen. So it's either a mod, somebody she knows very well, because these are the type of sociopaths that will stand for her. Normal people don't, right? I mean, normal people realize that she has caused harm, and they'd say, hey, I'm done with you. You have harmed the McRae family, not mine, but the other McRae family, the Marvin McRae family. You have, and you have defamed multiple content creators. You've lied so many times that people have lost count. I mean, if I asked people how many times she's lied, they couldn't give me a number. It'd be astronomical. But they usually don't stick around after they realize that, yes, people were right about her. Once she starts releasing your DMs, proving to people that when we tell people, look, if you send something to her in private and she says it's confidential or that she won't release it or it's off the record, it is complete BS. Of course, everything to her is made public. If it can benefit her, she'll make it public, right? So they find out the hard way, which is fine. But as far as like her being the nonsense channel, I haven't listened to the nonsense channel enough to really make a informed decision. It just, from a very cursory thing, it doesn't seem like it's her. But do I think that from what I've seen from the nonsense channel about how, like, you know, blindly they follow kind of her stuff, then yeah, I think that is one of her mods or somebody very close to her, sure. Well, what do you think about that, Erica? And by the way, the link to join is in the video description and in the live chat. It's pinned to the top there, so if you want to join and let us know what you think on that, that's fine too, because I know you're a victim of her as well. Link to join. Let me make sure it's in the video description. Link to join, which changes frequently, but that's okay. It's good for right now. All right, so the link to join is in the video description now. You have to probably refresh, but it's also in the pinned live chat. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that if Katie is the nonsense channel? Because like I said, I don't particularly think so, but I haven't watched Tia's video completely yet, obviously. I just saw it in passing on the way home. But they seem pretty convinced that that she is behind the nonsense page. Either she's running it or she's like, it's on her account. But again, I don't have sufficient evidence of that as of yet to make a determination. Do you want to add upon that a little bit more, Erica? Yeah, and by the way, I'll probably when I have these lines open, it is going to be much earlier in the nighttime, probably about 6 o'clock maybe, Pacific time. Yeah, Pacific time. So that gives 3 hours ahead, 9 o'clock Eastern, because 8 is pretty late for this stuff. Plus, as you know, most people don't know about this other alt channel that I have, the Great Big Community Channel. A lot of people don't know about it yet, so they're going to be finding their way over here to call in and tell their story. Also, make sure that you are following the Twitter. There's a new Twitter called Without a Crystal Ball's Victims Hotline. It is privated, and it will be very, very exclusive, very, very selective. There will be no flying monkeys. There will be no trolls. Everybody who comes in will be thoroughly vetted. And so what happens on that page will be for people that sincerely are victims. I want it to be a safe space for victims, obviously, because we know how she will have people go after people that have been victimized and re-victimize them and then re-victimize them again. So I want to try to minimize that as possible. So the link for the Twitter is there. I put it there. And Straight says, I've never heard of the Nonsense channel, only Non Sequitur. Well, as you know, it was obviously confirmed that Without a Crystal Ball was part of the Non Sequitur channel for a while because Kyle had brought her in, obviously. So that's no big secret. But as far as being in the Nonsense channel, I don't watch the channel enough to even know. It sounds like some southern person from all. But again, she had people all around her that I don't know who they are. I mean, she attracts the psychopaths, so I don't associate with that side of the community. I don't deal with the anti-Katie Joy crowd. I can't talk tonight. Sorry, it was a real long day today. Like, seriously, a lot of stuff happened today. And so I'm just literally getting through the door, and I haven't even had, like, coffee or anything, so I apologize. But, yeah, I don't listen to the Nonsense channel significantly enough to even make a determination. But I do think, at least from what I've seen based upon clips, that person is a true diehard Katie fan for some reason. Let's see here. It's called The Nonsense on the Web. Yeah, I think that's the full title, Nonsense on the Web. But again, I do not know. I have not done any audio to look at, to see if I can take off the filters. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. So it probably wouldn't be left up to me to do it. There's a lot of people better in the community at video stuff. I suck at making videos. Look, the video that I made for the promo for this, I made it in one day. And yes, it was good. I think it was good because again, I don't purport to be some great video editor, but I wrote the script for it and I put it in a video program and I made it, and I thought it made a point. That's all that matters. I'm not going for high production value or high quality. I'm there to make content that puts forth things that people want to know about, and that's what I hope that this channel and my other channels will be. That it will inform people. That's all. That's it. It's just to inform people. This channel is a potpourri of things. It is a gaming channel. It is a catch-all channel, and I think that the Victims Hotline is a good place for this particular channel, a good addition. But it will be probably earlier in the evening, so let's see here. Hang on one sec. All right. I forgot to add something. Let's say I'm working out the bugs. I'm working out the bugs as we speak. So, Kimamaki, would you like to join the StreamYards? The lines are open. Well, line is open, I guess. I'm doing it through StreamYards tonight. Sorry, not sorry. Eventually, I will have a call-in number, and I was supposed to tonight, but I didn't want to set it up that way. And so I just did it through StreamYards tonight, which, again, I can bring in one person at a time. And I already had a person that was going to call in, but I don't know where they're at, so I don't know. But that's okay. At least this is bringing awareness to people of this particular channel and bringing to awareness to this particular hotline. So when it does get up and running, people will be able to call in and tell their story. Like I said, if you are a victim of Katie Joy, by all means, tell your story. Let people know about it. Because you're not alone. You're not the only one that she has said extremely defamatory things about, that she has accused people of committing crimes, accused people of doing all kinds of heinous and malicious things that never have happened. And of course, she never has evidence for these things, and whatever she purports as evidence is not evidence. It's comically bad. It's twisted beyond belief. I mean, it's similar to when she thought that Toddy Westbrook was sending her death threats, and all it was a emoji of a crystal ball, an emoji of a ray gun pointing to the crystal ball, and she was talking about prognostication. She was talking about astrology. She was referring to something completely unrelated to Katie, and of course Katie's like, is this a death threat? Yeah, that happened. So Kimaki says, thanks, but I'm a bit, which means a lot, too loaded to speak off the cuff, which is fine. This is a safe space, Kimamaki. You're in a safe space. By the way, let me ask you guys, I already know a little bit about the story of Erica there, but Kimo, how'd you run into Katie? When was the first time you ever heard of Katie Joy? And you can do it from the live chat. Yeah, that's fine. While I'm doing things in the background, because like I said, I'm still setting things up. And we got a little bit of delay, so I apologize for that too. But tell your story in the live chat. How'd you guys meet Katie Joy? You gotta know my story. This channel is not from my story. If you want to know about my story, go to my own channel, Steve McRae channel, and it's easy to find out my story. Or just go to my blog at the www.greatdebatecommunity.com and type in Steve McRae Me Too, and then I'll tell you all you need to know. That link is also in the video description if you want to find out. But again, this hotline is going to be for the victims, for you guys that just want to come in and want to talk about her. Oh, and we have a caller. 1 second, caller. I will be right with you. Okay. We had a caller. And we have a caller. Welcome, caller, to the Without a Crystal Ball with Victims Hotline. Are you a victim of Katie Joy? I would like to hear about this. Oh, awesome. Yes. Is that what you think of her? Yeah. So is that how you know her? Is that how you know her? So Chris here is showing his derriere, but unfortunately the StreamYard is not being streamed. So he's showing his buttocks to me, which I would think is sexual harassment, is it not? Well, so I really don't care then, and he has no, yeah. So. Oh, I'm sorry, they couldn't hear you because I had you muted.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So that was a guy that was muted and of course couldn't see anything because I don't have the StreamYards playing through the OBS, but he showed his buttocks. Yes, his buttocks was like on StreamYards. So yeah, I had him muted because I wanted, and that was actually accidental too. So he was muted almost that entire time toward the end. Yeah, Keno's like, I don't want to see any weirdness. Oh, don't worry.
Weenuses.
Oh, weenuses. Oh, weenuses. I don't want to see any weenuses. Yeah. No, this is buttocks. And by the way, shouldn't be that proud of it. I'm 52, and I got a better looking ass than that.
Oh, yes, you do.
How would you know? Oh, wait. We live together. We live together. But, yeah, I mean, seriously, I got a much better looking butt for some. And he was younger than me, so that's just disturbing. It's like exercise more, man. Like, seriously. But, anyways, moving on from that, and at least it's giving me time to fix it. I've got some stuff that I'm moving around here, so. I'm having a hell of a time moving things around here properly. There we go. All right, now I've got this. All right, so my first caller was a buttock. Buttocks. So, under the name Chris. Did you hear anything at the end? I did unmute him at the end, so he did say something when he was leaving, but no, that I wasn't uni. Yeah. Max says, I don't think an artist is inherently sexual. I don't either. Definitely, most people would prefer that people. Okay, it now went away. But no, I don't feel harassed at all, sexually or otherwise. It wasn't unimpressive. It was kind of nappy. Cellulite, a lot of cellulite. I'm sure you guys want me to describe this guy's butt in great detail, right? Turn the other cheeks. Maybe that was Toad, Katie Joy's wife. That's hilarious. I'm not making this up. I mean, seriously, that did happen. But he was muted almost the entire time toward the end, and then he said he had to go. And I unmuted it for a second, so I'm sure at some point you heard his voice. So at least they know there was somebody there. Yes. Turn the other cheeks. You guys are cheeky. Get it? Cheeky. That's funny. Come on, that's funny. Chemo, you're still supposed to tell me how you first heard of Katie. How about Keno? When's the first time you've ever heard of Katie Joy Paulson?
When I seen her on with Kyle, when I was in the background and nobody knew.
So she says she first discovered Katie Joy when she was on the Non Sequitur show with Kyle, and nobody knew that she was in the background. Well, I kind of knew, but I think you know what? I don't think I really did. I don't even remember. I mean, I don't think I really even knew that you were following that stuff till I started talking to you after it's been a while, and all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, you have been following this stuff. She's like, oh yeah. So, oh, you heard him say bye. Okay, so yes, so that is proof. Evidence that there was somebody actually in here other than myself showing, but I can't prove to that he was showing his buttocks because it doesn't stream to the outside. So I'm sorry, you guys didn't get the shot of that. So, but anyways, so let me continue here. So Kano, what'd you think of Katie Joy when the first time you saw her?
Which?
Well, when she was on the Non Sequitur show, what'd you think of her?
Figured her out anyway just by looking at her eyes.
You saw the psychopathy, the deadness, the person that clearly doesn't care about consequences, the person who clearly does not have empathy, compassion, doesn't care about the ramifications of making false statements against people. Yeah, I believe that. See, and it's funny because I really, I didn't gather that right off the bat. I kind of have a thing. People know that I try to keep people at like 50%, right? And they go up and down from there. So I keep them at some kind of neutrality. And so when I first was introduced to her, I treated her like anybody else, right? I mean, I have a neutral kind of setting. And I was cordial. Probably more than I should have been, but I was cordial because, I thought she was a writer at the time. So I'm like, hey, can you read my stuff? Because, you're an actual writer / journalist. I was wrong. I know. Flog me, whatever. But of course, she fools a lot of people. Like, she fools a lot of people. When she says she's a reporter or journalist, you tend to take people at the face value, right? That's just kind of human nature. I mean, most of us are not so jaded that we think everything that a person tells us when they first meet us, meet with us, that they're lying. But, so I thought she was an actual writer. So I was very cordial, but very quickly I realized that there was something seriously wrong with this person. And it's great. Both voices are coming through left speaker, and your volume keeps going up and down. Let me fix that real quick for you. Thank you for pointing that out. I will fix this. All right. Let me put a noise gate on too. 1 second. Thank you for pointing that out. I like to play with my filters to see which ones work better than others. I'm going to put a compression filter on. 1 second. That'll get rid of the spikes. All right, there we go. Now it should be both channels and with a compression filter on. I don't have any noise suppression. I don't have any noise gate. I find it tends to cut out some of the highs and kind of gives a weird popping kind of noise that I don't like on the noise gate. I can always hear the attack and decay when somebody uses the noise gate and you got a background noise. And then the noise suppression tends to clip some of the higher end frequencies that I'm not a big fan of. So right now I'm just running a compressor and I'm running both channels. So does that sound better, Anasfrida? And I appreciate you letting me know. Thank you. Much better. Okay, so Gudana says, you, Steve McRae, introduced me to WOACB, end of non sequitur, about essay allegations. Yeah, unfortunately, I still will bear the responsibility for that. It was partly my fault, obviously, because I have some onus. It was my channel, but I do place 95% of that responsibility on Kyle. It was Kyle that brought it in. I had very little say on that, but they were supposed to take it to another channel, obviously. They were supposed to do their Smoking Nun and do it on a completely separate channel. Why it continued to be on the Non Sequitur show, I do not know. I was not happy with that. I was not on board with that because I was like, this is supposed to be your side project, but I was like, whatever. I pick my battles, right? Pick my battles. But then very quickly, early on, the things that they were talking about were not topics that I thought were appropriate on the Non Sequitur show, nor did I really want to deal with. And then worse, when Kyle did take over the Non Sequitur show, she was just full on repeating the fabricated allegations that Kyle was making, which we know now are fabricated. That's not even a question. So I feel vindicated. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this for other people. I want to have the victims of Katie Joy that have been vindicated yet call in and talk about their experience. But I do take partly responsibility of that. Goodness, look, and I feel guilty, dude, because I'm not a sociopath. I do feel guilt. I really do. I mean, the fact that had she not been brought on the Non Sequitur show, she would not have been causing so much grief to people, so many grief to families like the Mervon McRae family or the Chrisley family. She would not be causing this problems. And so, I do bear some responsibility, but again, I've already apologized to the community for that. Already apologized to Non Sequitur show fans and YouTubers. So I'm over it. I'm not going to dwell on it forever. Chemo says, I wrongly thought she belonged on the Non Sequitur show because whenever she tried to make a logical point about something, it almost always turned out to be a non sequitur, if not worse. She was not a critical thinker. I recognized that very, very early on. I was like, she's saying all over the place, but neither was Kyle. Kyle was not there to think critically. Kyle was there to be entertaining. Kyle was there to, do artwork and basically be the comedian, being the funny man when I was the straight man, kind of so to speak. Although I'm funny too, but he did have much better graphics, obviously, than me. But I was funny. But she was not somebody of a deep thinker, and nor was she supposed to be. But then again, he thought she was. They got along really well because I think their personality types were so much alike. They were both sociopaths, both narcissists, although different types of narcissists. I believe that Kyle was a high functional narcissist, while Katie, I believe, is a malignant narcissist. You can go Google the differences. There are many, many, many differences. And again, these are my opinions. But, Yeah, I think they got along because they both recognized they were dysfunctional. Both recognized they were they were both sociopaths, and it was been demonstrated that both of them are willing to lie in court documents. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. It has been well established that both Kyle and Katie have lied in actual court documentations. There's no doubt about that. None. Zero. I mean, I don't know how anybody would argue anyways. I mean, in fact, I have not seen anybody argue otherwise. Have you guys seen anybody argue that neither Kyle nor Katie didn't lie in court documents? No, I don't see any. Not even our flying monkeys would argue that. So, let's see here. So yeah, I mean, she was a walking, talking non sequitur. So I get the reference to Kimomaki, but I mean, I don't think she even could have taken on a flat earther. That's how bad her thing was, So let's see here. Guna says probably should have always. Oh, by the way, is the live chat not showing up on the outside? I just noticed that. I do have the live chat, and the live chat's not showing up, and I don't know why. I have the chat box. The chat box should automatically connect, and the good thing we're working out the bugs tonight because this is a test run. But the chat box should be showing up regardless of the channel I'm on, as long as it's the same stream key. So I have this chat box, and it's not showing in the live chat for some reason. Now, there's a workaround for that, but I don't like using it unless I absolutely have to, which I might have to. So, fine. Let me do it the hard way, which I really hate doing, but I want to get the chat on the stream itself, even though it shows up on the outside, but it looks, I think, better on the inside too for this particular type of stream. So I will see if this works here. So give me a second here. All right, there's that. All right, chat is now coming up, and I'm going to do a transparent. Sorry, live chat. I'm not ignoring you. I'm doing a CCS scripting. You know what that is? A CCS generator. So that's how you get it to be transparent. So I got to do the script real quick. Okay, I'll change that to that. Make that. And I can remove avatars, so been a little trolling. Super chats are going to be huge. Huge. They're going to be huge if you do a super chat. Huge. I'm like a 32 font. Yeah, I'm going to put 32 font. That's going to be huge. I've never even tried a 32 font super chat before. Holy crap. Huge. All right. Copy. Properties. All right. Now I just got to size it and give me a second, and I'll put it over and see if we can see the chat now. All right. Do you guys see the chat now? How's that? Is that better? Thank you for pointing that out, whoever it was. Well, I pointed it out. Now that I think about it, that was something I pointed out. All right, now I'm back. Okay, so did you mean CSS scripting? Yeah, CSS scripting. That's what it is. CSS chat 2.0 generator that I use. So I don't write the script, obviously. I just put it in a generator and put the numbers in it. It writes it for you. It's called CSS 2.0 generator. Is that legible? Is that too small? What's really cool on OBS is you can actually put a projector output, and the projector output gives you a really good idea what it looks like on the outside. Yeah, I mean, it's legible. It's a bit small, yeah. But I got the font so big. I mean, it is a little small, huh? All right, I can move this down here. I can move this over here. And put this over here. How is this? Is that better? There we go. There we go. I think that looks good. Yeah. Does that look better? Is it legible on the outside? All right. Yeah, lines are still open. StreamYard, come on in if you got something you wish to say, want to talk about. That's fine. If not, I'm just setting this up as a trial run because I knew this was going to be late. Like I said, I want to do these earlier. I want to do about 6 o'clock Pacific time. But I had to get off work late tonight. Let's see. I want like this right there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's better. All right. Sorry about that. I'm doing multiple things here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually. I like that layout. Very simple. Like, you know, I like the negative space. It doesn't have to be like, you know, super flashy because I'm not going for like super graphics right now. I think I'm gonna make that a little bit smaller though. There we go. And then if I do get a number, like a telephone number, I can put that up near the collar. That's fine. So yeah, I like this a little bit cleaner, I think. I even make that, put that over here. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks clean. So anyways, would anybody like to come in and join us? Would anybody like to talk about their experience? I did have a number to call, but I'm changing it for just for tonight. StreamYard. So the link to join is pinned to the top of the live chat, or it is in the video description, and I'll continue to put it in the live chat. There you go. All you gotta do is come on in, and if you'd like to discuss how you are a victim of Katie Joy Paulson, or if you'd like to discuss some type of victimization of her or the people that you witnessed, come on in. Let's talk. This is about you again. You guys know my story. I want to know about your guys' story. I want to know what she's done to you guys. Because, I mean, there's probably like, I would have to guess maybe 30 channels, maybe probably if I had to take a stab in the dark, 30 channels that are, you know, putting out Katie's own stuff that she puts out and then commenting on it, right? So I'd say there's about 30 commentary channels out there. And I'm sure that most of them have some personal experience with Katie as far as what she's done to them. I mean, I obviously know that she has lied about Leslie Bass, or I guess she goes by Ellie B now. She has lied about Molly Golightly. She has lied about 7M Productions. She's lied about Todd Chrisley. She's lied about Lindsay Chrisley. She's lied about Toddy Westbrook. She's lied about Toddy's husband, James. She's lied about BX Beast Boys. She's lied about Jeffree Star. She's lied about even Creepshow Art, who I can't stand. But even still, you know, just because somebody's a crappy person doesn't mean that you should be lying about them, right? And Creepshow Art was obviously a horrible person. So, if you're the first caller, do you win a set of steak knives? You will be the second caller. The first caller already came in. I'm sorry, Cherie Miller. But all they did was show their ass and then leave, basically. So I don't know if I can. Do you consider that to be the first caller? I don't know. But if you want to be the first caller who has an actual story to tell, then we can see what we can do. We can see what we can do. But then again, I don't know if I should trust people with knives nowadays. They can be dangerous. I have a nice cutlery set. I bought some knives the other day. Nice cutlery knives, nice cutting knives. And I have a really nice utility blade that I just got from Amazon. It's a tactical knife, but it's considered utility because it's got a glass breakage thing on the end and it's got a seatbelt cover. But the blade itself, yeah, and the handle, it's tactical. So I live in a really kind of a questionable area. I mean, the area right here is actually, it's not bad. It's but where I have to walk through, there's a small little portion of where I have to walk that I do kind of question. But where I'm actually living, this place is great. Our neighbors are wonderful, so they look out for each other, so it's nice. But there's a small little area that I go walk through, and I do take precautions. I have pepper spray. I have a tactical knife. I have a flashlight. So, anyways, you guys don't care. I don't want to make this about me again. Cherie Miller, do you have a story you want to tell? Come on in. Link to join is in the live chat. It's in the video description and pinned to the top. Come on in. Tell us your story. I'm listening. Would you like a number? I could really quickly probably generate a number if somebody wants to call in. But I assume that if you're in the live chat, you automatically have the ability to join a StreamYards because it's in your Google connection thingy. Kino says, I can throw those knives fine in a straight line. I would never want to find that out personally. But yeah. Not a big fan of knife fighting, but if you have to, you have to, right? Cherie, would you like to come in, Cherie Miller? If not, I'm just going to be moving things around and getting other things set up. Because, like I said, this will be a test stream because it is late, and I get that. Yes, Kano, I know your dad taught you. Yes. But I would never bring a knife to a gunfight, so. Also, by the way, again, how many of you have asked to join the Without a Crystal Ball Victims Twitter account, which is mine? By the way, it's so funny because I was accused of making dozens of parody accounts. Nope. I had one account that was for comedy. That is true, but it was only one, and that was some time ago. But no, I've always had the same two accounts. Until Kyle took the non sequitur account, but I've only had my account. I don't make all these other parody accounts about Katie. Like Without a Crystal Balls and all that kind of stuff. I don't know who those people are. I have no idea. They're definitely not me. But the Without a Crystal Ball Victims Hotline. Oh, yep, that is mine. I made it the other day. So let me put in the I'll put it in the live chat again. So to join, there you go. Do I have any pending? Oh, I do have some requests. Let me vet these in real time. Erica, yes, you are accepted. I know you. Little Miss Betty Page, Tank Girl Junkie. Yes, of course. I love you. Yes, I can go for you too. Yes. Ooh, who's this person? I don't know this person. Let me investigate. I won't even say their name. I'm just going to investigate. Let's see. What do you guys think? Joined February 2022. So it hasn't had their account for very long. They have 0 followers. And they're following 101 people. None of which I know, I think. I know Ellie. I know Mandy Pants. Well, that's interesting. They're following 101 people. None of them are my end are blocked so far. Ethan Klein? Okay. So, I don't... Oh, they are following some people that I block. I'm sorry. You get a no. You get a no. You actually get a no. I'm so sorry. But nope. I vet everybody. Declined. But that reminds me, I do got to block a bunch of people. So I haven't blocked anybody on that account. So, but that's a decline. Yeah, I'll be adding things to that Twitter eventually. Give people information, where they can get information, supporting other channels and things like that. But like I said, that's going to be a very, very vetted Twitter thing, and it's going to be privated. So only the cool kids get to go into that one. So congratulations if you're in the Twitter Without a Crystal Ball's Victim Hotline, because you're one of the cool kids. And there will be no trolling. There will be no harassment. There's no disparaging upon any of the protected classes. We do not allow that. What we allow is for things about what basically has been said and done from Katie Joy herself, because I want to know what she has done to you personally. I want to know what she has said to defame you and harm you. But as far as anything relating to any kind of protected class, I couldn't care less. I'm not interested in that. This is not to harass. This is merely to criticize and critique the things she has said. Yeah, I haven't gotten in and blocked yet anything on that account. I will soon, obviously, but I just haven't had the wherewithal yet. But I won't be following anybody on that account either, I don't think. It'll just be followers. Let's see here. If I restore the chat, it doesn't go the way. No, that's good. Would anybody like to call in? Like I said, the lines are open, but I am just doing things behind the scenes, so I'm not ignoring you all. I'm just working out some bugs and working on multiple projects at once. But the lines are open for anybody who wants to come in. Who knows when somebody might drop by. This is just a test stream anyways tonight, so. Well, if I make this bigger, does that change that? One sec. No, it has no effect. Okay. BRBN. What is BRBN, by the way, going to say? Cherie, would you like to call in? I will put the link again in the video live chat. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Let me fix that. There we go. Save. Yeah, don't be using the phone number that won't work. I don't have that set up right now. I did have that number set up, and I was going to use that, but I logged out of it. So if I do it that way, it'll regenerate an entirely new number and PIN number. At least the PIN number will be different. The phone number may or may not be the same. It depends, but the PIN number changes. So don't try calling in on the number that was earlier. It won't work. Use the StreamYards, and I apologize for that. Lines are open. Yeah, it's just so funny too because I had the chat disabled for this live stream, and I just looked at it. I was like, "Chat is disabled." Wait, am I just seeing it? I'm like, "Oh, well, I didn't refresh the page." Ooh, I got a lot of lines are open. I got a lot of background noise. I can hear it. You guys didn't tell me of that. I hear a lot of static. I just listened to my audio on a monitor. You guys hear that static in the background? I can hear it. You guys hear that when I go up and down there? Yeah, it's just so funny. I don't like that. Why is it so staticky? It's the page. Let me put my noise suppression filter on. Ooh, I got a lot of lines are open. I got a lot of background noise. I can. Let me. You guys hear that static? And I think it's from the fact that I'm running the air conditioner. But I'm going to put a noise suppressor on. And I'm going to put a noise gate on. Not what I really want to do right now. But if I have to, I have to. That's the noise gate. The noise gate will cut everything off. So when I'm not talking, it should be perfectly silent. When I'm talking, it might be a little lower in volume and a little less high as far as the frequencies. But it should eliminate some of the static. So let me listen to this. I can hear it. You guys didn't tell me. Not what I really want to do right now. But it does sound clearer. I can hear it. I'm replaying it. Let me replay that again. That's the noise gate. The noise gate will cut everything off. So when I'm not talking, it should be perfectly silent. When I'm talking, that does sound clearer, doesn't it? Yeah. No, I know I'm double talking. It's I was playing the video feed to hear it as like a monitor. So I went back and I wanted to hear how it sounded, and there's a lot of static on there. So by putting on the noise gate and putting on the noise suppression, it eliminated a lot of that static. I can hear the static on my headphones. You guys couldn't hear that static? You couldn't hear any static? No? Nope, really? Yeah. Why don't you? So Ray said, why don't you prove a case and protect it by filing your solid evidence? I have reasons why. I've already went over them. That's on the other channel. If you want to go listen to my video from the other night, I kind of explained what was going on. However, there's certain things that are behind the scenes that I will not discuss because I will not tip my hand. But my thing is that she has to prove her case, that she made these allegations against me. So whether I prove my case or not is irrelevant as far as two other cases that I may or may not be a part of. And so because I may or may not be a part of other cases that have already been filed, which will be adjudicated before mine, so there's nothing to win because my lawyer has gone through and said the 7M case is pretty rock solid. They got a good case. I think they're going to take everything. So there's nothing to be had. I will win nothing, and I'm just not interested in spending a ton of money to vindicate myself when I've already been vindicated at this point, I think. I mean, granted, I would love to, don't get me wrong, but I have to weigh the pros and cons. I have to think realistically. And if I can get vindication through other people's lawsuits, and if I can get basically her to prove her case, I'm happy with that. Well, of course, she can't prove her case, and that's the whole point, right? The whole point was for her to make, when she makes these allegations, she has to come up with evidence of her allegation. Yeah, the background noise is gone. Thank you. Yeah, it sounds clearer to me too. So I've already proven I have proven that the allegations she made against me are false. I've already shown the exculpatory evidence. I've already shown that what she said was a lie. She has now, I mean, she has the burden to make her own case, right? And as far as like what I've said that she defamed me, I've already proven that. I mean, we already know that she could not have possibly have had a judge file under the AWA. It's just not possible. So that's already been established. So I mean, at what point do I have to say, okay, maybe it is about ego and I have to like recognize that? I want justice. And so I'm going to get justice any way I can. And I'm going to do my damnedest to do that. And I'm not stopping. But I want her to prove her allegations. And it seems to be giving a crap that she's made allegations about a bunch of people. And she never provides evidence for it, right? Yeah, don't show your cards if you absolutely have to. Exactly, Kimamaki. I'm not an idiot. They want me to show my cards, and I'm not giving them any details about what is actually going on, nor will I. Very few people know about it, and that's all they need to know. So, yeah, whatever. I'm not giving them a heads up on anything beyond what they probably already figured out or know. But the reality is she's made a lot of allegations against people. Where's the evidence for that? I have at least given evidence for the allegations she made against me and the allegations I made against her, and have demonstrated beyond all doubt that she lied. I mean, what else do people want? I have shown my evidence, so where's hers? I don't see any. Have you guys seen the evidence? I haven't. Matter of fact, looking at the other cases, she has made certain statements, like when it came to Todd Chrisley, that he was blackmailing his daughter. Where's the evidence for that? I've never seen any evidence for that. Have you ever seen any evidence for that? She has made the allegation that she had a source that said from 7M Productions that they believed her and that this was all kind of like true stuff. I don't believe that for a second, but hey, where's there evidence for that? Todd Chrisley wants the evidence. Matter of fact, tomorrow they have a hearing. Matter of fact, one of the reasons I want to kind of get this out of the way tonight to kind of test this stuff out is because they have a hearing tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 8:24, 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Central Time. And it's open to the public. Because, as we know, Katie Joy lied one time saying, oh, this is not open to the public. The judge was all upset. People were joining. The judge does not get upset. That never happened. He absolutely lied about that. And these are all public, as we know now. She was trying to say, oh, this is not supposed to be to the public because it involves, her child. That was bullshit. So, yes, it is open to the public. Make sure that you are... if you're interested, you can log on and you can listen in to the hearing tomorrow. That's perfectly fine. You can go to the Minnesota Public Court records to get the hearing Zoom call information. It is public domain. So, how many of you guys will be listening in tomorrow? I listen in. You don't, and by the way, you can listen anonymously. You don't have to log in through Zoom. You can do it through a phone call, which does it anonymously. And you're muted, so you can't say anything anyways. You're just in the background. You're just in the peanut gallery, right? So yes. How many of you guys are going to listen to the hearing tomorrow? Obviously, fill me in when you're awake. All right. Yeah, it was kind of interesting because the last hearing was the 7M hearing, and it was kind of funny because the argument was Well, my client was just repeating what other people have talked about, and the lawyer said, your client is it's paraphrased. Your client is the only one that sat on Instagram doing drunk, rants about how my client is a murderer kind of stuff, or whatever the hell it was. I mean, what was it? Not a murder, but I ran a sex cult. That's what it was. Yeah, I ran some kind of sex cult. I mean, it was just she just mic dropped. She's like, yeah, but your client was the only one that was saying these particular things. So, slam. I'm serious though. Has anybody seen any evidence from Katie? Because I sure haven't. The evidence she provided the court was nothing. Absolutely nothing. I take this as a no. Kimamaki, have you seen anything from Kano? From Katie. Kano, have you seen anything from Katie? Cherie says it's not to win about sweat money. I agree, but if you spend $30,000 and you get nothing, it kind of sucks. I mean, I'm still spending money in the non sequitur showcase. I'm still literally spending money on it to get the execution of the judgment. About showing evidence, a judgment is just showing the evidence. I agree. She's literally has made multiple accusations against me. Where's the evidence? With solid evidence, you could represent and get an official judgment. I agree, but it is more important that it is demonstrated that she lied about me. That's what I'm trying to prove, right? I'm trying to prove that she has lied about me. These are her allegations. Where's the evidence for it? She has, and even in her countersuit against me, she has made false statements and false allegations. Let her prove that in court. So, showing evidence. So where she has 2 more weeks to file, and I'm not stopping her at all. Maybe 2.5 weeks. I'm not stopping her. Why isn't she filing? She has made all these grandiose allegations against me. I want to see the evidence for that. So at least I provided the evidence publicly. She's never even done that. She has made no attempt to show any evidence publicly, right? So she's made these allegations. She can still file in court. So why doesn't she file and get an official judgment when she wants me to pay for her moving costs? She has said that she feels like her life is in danger. She feels like her family's in danger. Although she said the same thing about Todd Chrisley and other people. Supposedly there's been, I would guess, half a dozen people more that she blames for supposedly death threats, which no proof of any of them, but whatever. Nikki38 was supposed to be here, Anasfrida, but I messaged her, but yeah, she says if she's awake, but she also said she was going to set an alarm, I thought, so. But why are not people asking for evidence from people? People ask for evidence from me, and I give it. All of you have asked for evidence from me, and all of you have provided evidence. And I've been saying you have to, directly message me, but I sure give it when you talk to me. And I made it probably 95% of it public. The other 5%, yeah. So what? I haven't made it public yet. Everything I eventually do make public, people know that. I did with the non sequitur showcase. I literally said I'll make everything public, and I sure the hell did. What didn't I make public? Absolutely nothing that I can think of. So I kept my word. I showed the evidence. I was right. Kyle was lying. Kyle did fabricate evidence. Kyle did lie to the court. Kyle did try to perpetrate a fraud on the court. Kyle did fabricate evidence. Kyle did Photoshop things. Kyle did change bank records. All these things were true. And I said these things were the case. And guess who was right? Me. So why would anybody think any different, right? Katie Joy lied. Katie Joy lied about me. She lied about a bunch of other people. This is all coming about. Multiple creators have recognized this. So really the onus is upon her to prove her case, right? I have sufficiency right now to defend myself in a court of law should she file, at least for the most part, and we'll go from there. So I have to pick my battles. So my battle is, okay, I had a lawsuit against her. There's other reasons, of course. Like I said, I will not tip my hand as to what's going on behind the scenes, but she still has 3 weeks to file, or 2.5 weeks to file. Okay, I'll wait for it. Because what will happen is she will file, and then she'll have to prove in a court of law, and then I can ask for attorney fees. Because if she files it frivolously, and she in a court of law, and files these things without evidence, I had evidence for my case. Clearly, my case was not frivolous. I had evidence. absolutely did I have evidence. She has no evidence. That's what frivolous means. She tried to say that court cases are frivolous. No, I had evidence in my court case. She made things up. Like literally made things up. She said that I fabricated screenshots. Well, I demonstrated in my video the other day that was not the case. That has been demonstrated that I fabricated nothing. So she has to prove in a court of law that I made these screenshots up. I could sue her for defamation because she falsely accused me of that. But at the same token, I can also get justice by her suing me and failing to do so. So either way, I get my justice, right? And this way is a lot cheaper too. It's easier to defend. And again, there's multiple other reasons, which I'm not going to tip my hand, but whatever. Some people know, but it's all good. Does that make sense? I mean, does anybody not understand that? Because if not, just message me. I'll explain it to you. But I think that most people get that, right? Because she has not shown a shred of evidence for her claims. Kimawaki says, Steve's evidence of behavior over the past decade has redounded to his probability. What's that word? Probability? Oh God, you're gonna make me like an idiot. Is that pre-R-B-I-T-Y? What does that mean? Probability. The quality of having strong moral principles. Oh, having honesty and decency. Thank you. I'm not familiar with that word. Probability. That is a new one even to me. You know, I do moral theory too. So, let's see. I appreciate that. And Freya says, but she doesn't get an attorney fees from you responding to your hip hop. No, it's not nothing for hip hop. It's only if it's wild. So. Because I mean, if she files things and she cannot show in a court of law at all anything, I mean, literally, there's literally nothing to show. I dare anybody to show any evidence that I sexually harassed her. Any. Oh wait, you can't because there is none because it never happened. Go figure, right? I mean, you cannot show evidence that did not happen. It's not probity. Probity. That's a new word for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Unlike Katie Joy, I don't pretend to be an expert in linguistics. In the English language, because she claims to be a writer, and when she butchers things, that's what's funny. It's hypocrisy. She's a professional writer, and she butchers words. I'm just a layperson. I can butcher words, and it won't be hypocrisy because I don't give a shit. And I admit when I don't know something. She doesn't. Big difference, right? When has Katie ever admitted she didn't know something? Come on, please. But yeah, so I mean, if you think about it, she really has never once ever given anybody evidence for any of these claims. And when people do ask for evidence, they get blocked. Why? Because she knows she has no evidence. Hey, you say, hey, Steve, you made this claim about Katie. Can you give me some evidence for it? Shit, yeah, come on. Let me show you. How long you got? Because I'm not the only one. She's made countless allegations against people. And many of them are YouTubers. And eventually, one, somebody will call in and tell their story. It may not be tonight because this is kind of a dry run, kind of a soft opening, so to speak, as they work out the bugs. But eventually, somebody will come in and tell the story, and I'm going to be interested in hearing it, especially if it's somebody that I don't know very well, right? Somebody I haven't heard of before. I'm always interested in learning new things from people and hearing new stories. I'm just checking something real quick. Let me see. Has anybody more people join the Without a Crystal Ball Victims Twitter account profile? Nope. Okay. You go back to my other account, so if anybody messaged me, I'm sorry. On Twitter, because I'm just now catching up. Nikki must be asleep because, like I said, she said she would stop by, but I guess not. Not tonight. Too late. Let's see here. Okay. Kim Bucky says, as journalism goes, Woodward and Bernstein's deep throat source turned out to be actually exist, not so much for her source. Yeah, I know, right? That was actually a real life source for Watergate. But yeah, do I think that Katie Joy has a source when it comes to the 7M, or excuse me, the Todd Chrisley case? No, I do believe that she lied about that, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. I really am. I wouldn't be happy about it because, you know, I do think she lies about everything. But I think one of two things. Okay, let me kind of do an enumeration. These are the possibilities. She lied about it. That's one possibility, right? Which means she has no source. 2, she's telling the truth and she has a source. 3, she said that she doesn't know the name of the source, which could be a lie. But either way, if she is telling the truth and she does have a source and she doesn't turn it over, she's going to be held liable for defamation because it was malicious that she had a source that she didn't know the name of, that she didn't get any vetting of. So I do think she'll lose to Todd Chrisley on that account alone. If she does have a source and she didn't get the name, it's reckless. And if she doesn't have a source and she doesn't turn her over, she'll lose on that. And if she doesn't have a source and she lied, she'll lose on that. But she'll go down fighting. So I think what will happen, even if she doesn't have a source, she will say, I have a source, but I'm a journalist. I don't have to turn it over. And they made me try to, and I was found liable for defamation on that. And I stand by my principles. And she'll play the martyr, right? William Peter says it would be more satisfying to see you directly sue her pants off, but I get it. Yeah, well, unfortunately, stuff's very, 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 very expensive. My lawyers were not cheap. Okay, and I'm still. I mean, even last month it was costly. So I have to be prudent, right? I'm not an idiot as some people may think, and so I have to be very prudent. But here's the thing: I'm one of the very few people that's actually willing to put my money where my mouth is. I've already spent $5,000 or more on my own money on Katie Joy, trying to show that she has lied about people, that she has lied about me, and she's lied about people. This is my own money. My GoFundMe only brought in $4.4 thousand. I've spent close to probably even over $10,000. So it's $5,500, but even closer to $6,000 I've already spent on my own money. Of my own money, right? So anybody who says otherwise, they just doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. There won't be much left of her anyways after the rest of the cases go through, and that's the problem. Because those other cases filed first, and they probably will win very largely, then there's just nothing left to go after. So there's nothing left to recoup. So if you're trying to harm her financially, there's no benefit of that, right? Because they're already going to get that. So what is the win? People already know that she lied about me. I'm convinced of that. So there's just, at this point, there's no reason to even try to be vindicated when something that clearly anybody who's not an idiot knows she lied about a judge putting under VAWA. That was stupid from the get-go. And of course, I've heard at least, the fact that my lawyer was like, yeah, that never happened. No kidding. Nor did she provide any evidence of it. Go figure. And so, yes, she did lie about me. Yes, she did defame me. But she's also claiming that I am the cause of her death threats. She's also claiming that I fabricated screenshots that has affected her, that she can't sleep because of me, that she has PTSD or whatever because of me, that she has to relocate, that she's already looking into moving. She's looking into moving because of me. All right, well, if your family's safety is so important to you, then why did you drop 3 TROs? Why did she drop the TRO on me if she was so concerned about her safety and 2 other people? If that was the case, I would have. I wanted to go to hearing, but nope, she wanted an NDA, and I said, okay, fine, let's do it that way, and we go to the lawsuits because she was going to sue me. I just preemptively took a strike, and I'm still waiting for her to file. So once she files her paperwork that she has sent me, that she wants me to compensate her for moving, I want to have her explain to a judge that why I have to compensate her for that. She has again accused me of fabricating screenshots. I'd like her to provide evidence to the court of that. She has also accused me of releasing confidential material that I couldn't release, although my lawyer said I could. There's no malice there. She can't win on that. So every one of her claims is bogus. She has to prove malice, first of all, and there's obviously no malicious intent. If my lawyer said it was okay. And what was the other thing she claimed? That I questioned her GoFundMe. So what? Yeah, a lot of people question her GoFundMe, and they have every right to, because the Ronald McDonald House Charities, went to her own personal PayPal. That's kind of weird, ain't it? Those are things she's suing me for. Okay. Nobody's stopping her from providing evidence to the court or to public. even if she doesn't go through. Yeah, and it's fair to say you never should have agreed to the NDA. If she didn't want to go to court, just let her drop it. And the problem with that, and I agree with you to a certain extent, but look, I paid for a lawyer, dude, and I trust my lawyer, right? I mean, lawyers always say, look, you pay for a lawyer, then you don't, the clients don't listen. So I listen to the advice of my attorneys, okay? And looking back, would I have done things differently? Probably. I would have definitely gone to the hearing and I would have shoved it up her ass because we know that her entire TRO was bullshit. But I listened to my attorney, and I have no regrets. But here's the thing, Anastasia, it's very telling when she had 3 TROs and all 3 of them got dropped, and all 3 of them she wanted the NDA. She wanted the NDA where the person could not talk about her. Right? It wasn't about her safety. Oh, my family's safety, I have to move, and Steve has to pay for my relocation cost. No, it was, I don't want them talking about me. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't get to choose who talks about you on YouTube. Everything we talk about is open commentary, and it's fair commentary. I'm not talking about anything that's intrinsic about her. I am absolutely against people criticizing people against protected classes. I do not mock people for their sexuality. I don't mock people for their race, their nationality, their ethnicity, their religion, anything like that. I don't do any of that. I go by what they say, right? And that's perfectly fine. That's called commentary. William Peter says, reading her evidence against you will be a laughing right. And she, by the way, she can make that public anytime. Why has she not made that evidence public to people? Look, if I am somehow the cause of death threats to her, or I am somehow the reason why she has to relocate, these are her words, why don't she make that evidence public? Why don't she let everybody know, Steve's doing this to me? Here's my evidence. Cano says, everyone questioned her about that, and they all got blocked. Go figure. And Spirit says, but I thought that the attorney that had said not to waste it as you had a good cause for defamation per se. Right. But then you define, and because that's the problem with that is, again, I'd be spending probably close to $30,000 for what? There's already 2 cases ahead of me at this point. Those 2 cases were not there back then, remember? I would have been first case, right? But we were waiting what's happening to see what's going on and some other stuff. But yeah, they have very strong cases. But back when the TRO was there was no Todd Chrisley, there was no 7M. And I probably could have raised a lot more too. But unfortunately, stuff happens. So, but what's so funny is I still put a lot of money where my mouth is. And I'm still willing to. She can still sue me in court. She can still file. And I'm out here going, okay, go for it. Be my guest. I will find the monies for it. Like I said, I have some funds. I have excellent credit. I got a great credit rating. I have a savings still that I have a little bit tied away. I will protect myself in a court of law against her allegations. And I'm sure a lot of people will help me do that. So that's fine with me because these are her allegations. I want her to prove them. I've already shown her allegations against me were false to the public, right? So, I mean, what good is it going to do? Spend $30,000 for what? It doesn't make sense, Anna Frida. We already spent, tens of thousands of dollars for the non sequitur showcase, and it's been going on 3 years, and I'm just now at the point of working on trying to collect the judgment. 3 years. 3 years and tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm just now filing the paperwork to start the process to collect on the judgment. And by the way, my lawyer is doing all that for me. Cool, huh? I thought I was going to have to do it myself, and I was like, I sent it to my lawyer to read. I'm like, hey, will you check this out? He's like, yes, dude, let me just do it for you. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Make sure it's done right. So, does that make sense, Anna Frida? I hope it really does, man. I respect Anna Frida. Anna Frida is a very smart person, but I want to make sure that they understand that my reasons for things, right? Because I have to think prudentially. I have to think rationally. And I don't give a shit what trolls fucking say. I mean, I don't give a flying fuck what they say. I can say whatever they want on the channel. It's bullshit. So whatever. I have to do what's best for me, and to get justice for me in any way I can, and for the victims of Katie Joy, because I'm doing it for them as well. And the rest, they're not. Who gives a shit about the trolls? They're there to prop Katie Joy up and be her flying monkeys. I don't capitulate to them. I don't respond to them. I don't talk about anything they talk about. Some of the stuff they've come up recently is just beyond ludicrous, dude. I mean, here's the thing. I usually don't talk about the crap they come up with because it's so far-fetched. But one of them, I don't know. It's just so far fetched. It's ridiculously funny, but I don't know if I should even bring attention to it. We did kind of on Twitter, but I don't know. Do you guys want to hear it? Answer said, so you just didn't have the funds to file, and you're more likely to get something out of Kyle for your money than KG. Well, not necessarily that. It's not about the money. It is about the vindication, right? It is better for her to file against me and show that she doesn't have a case, because these are her allegations against me. I don't care whether I so much prove she defamed me. Granted, that'd be nice. We've already been established that what she already said about certain things were a lie, right? So my defamation claims against her has already been publicly shown is not possible. So why not her having to prove her case in a court of law? It has the same outcome, justice, right? The same outcome, whether I can prove my case for defamation against me or she can't prove her defamation case against her. Either one, I'm cool with that. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, so what do you guys want to? You guys really want me to talk about some of the one of the newest rumors out there, because it is kind of off topic, but it's funny. Franco says, "What's the channel about?" This is a catch-all channel. This is kind of like my third channel that just do alt stuff on. But right now we're having a Without a Crystal Ball victims hotline. If you're a victim of Katie Joy Paulson for anything, for slander or anything like that, or defamation, please come in to the StreamYards. Link in the video description, live chat, and pinned to the top, and tell your story. But until that, time, we're just doing a dry run, so to speak. I'm just testing this stuff out and going from there, and then talking to the live chat. So, gotta have fun with you guys. I do. But so far, there's been nobody wants to call in, but because most people just don't know about this yet, so I get it. But it is late at night. All right, nobody wants to know the latest rumor, so I'm not gonna tell you guys. Sorry. It is pretty funny though. This is bizarre. The things they come up with. Kino says, didn't she try that with TC? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. She said that their cases were going to be basically dismissed, and I don't see that happening. There's a hearing tomorrow on Todd Chrisley's case, and I wouldn't imagine his case being dismissed because he has grounds for adjudication. He has grounds to say, look, this woman defamed me. This person slandered me. She said in videos and both in writing, which is libel, which Katie doesn't know the difference of, but whatever. Libel's writing, slander's verbal, but both are defamation. And that he was blackmailing his daughter, and that's defamatory. And so she needs to provide evidence that in order to get out of that defamation, because she did make the claim, she made it publicly. We know now that he is asking for the source, and she has said that she's not going to provide the source. And I think the court's going to make her say who the source is if she has one. If she cannot provide one, she has two options: admit that she lied about having a source, which means she'll lose the case, or two, go down, double down, triple down, going, oh, I'm a journalist, I don't have to give up my source, and play the martyr, saying, oh, I was found liable for defamation merely because I wouldn't give up the source. Those are her two options. I mean, are there any other options that you can think of? Because I sure can't. Funny story. Okay. So apparently, Kimamaki, there is somebody who lives in upstate New York, 3,000 miles from me. I thought 3,000 miles from me. That supposedly, and by the way, they're not. I don't think they actually are. I think they're trolling people. But supposedly they're prego. And guess who people are saying the baby daddy is? Even though I live 3,000 miles away, never met the woman in my entire life. And I do think she's trolling, that she's not actually pregnant, but whatever. Sheree Miller says, but the plaintiff has the onus on you to prove your case and all your winnings evidence. You should have filed regardless. Well, like I said, you do you, I do me. I have to do what's best for me to get justice. And right now, I'm going to do what's best for me. And I want justice. I want justice. And this is the best way for me to go about it. So, third party out there that doesn't know fuck all about what's going on, you can't know what's going on. Only certain people do. I have nothing else to really add about that. I mean, I want her to prove her case. I want her to show her evidence. I really do. Honest to God is my witness. I swear to you, I want her to show whatever evidence she thinks she has about all the accusations she made against me and other people. I really, honest to God, want to see it because I've seen none so far. Every things that she's put in an exhibit is comically stupid, which will be released next month. So it was bound to happen eventually. Yeah, well, whatever, dude. I just think it's hilarious. It's like, first of all, I do believe she's trolling. I do believe that she is not pregnant. Again, could be proven wrong on that, but we'll see what happens on that. I think it's a filter. We'll go back and review this video a month or two from now to see if she actually gives birth. But I do think she's trolling. And people were like, yeah, so they're going to say it's. People were like, hey, Steve, they're going to say it's yours. And I guess people started saying it's yours, and it's like, oh my God, how dumb are people? So, but that's what I'm saying, Kim. People don't care about facts anymore. They don't ask for evidence. They don't ask for evidence. And by the way, I will find out in the next day or two whether she's, whether she's actually trolling or not. Interested. I'll get the truth. But the fact that people were like, oh yeah, it's Steve's of dad. Okay, come on. Seriously? Okay. Away. Man, I'm telling you, Kano, that's just, it's bizarre. Like, when did this happen? Hey, Kano, I've been here since January 1st, right? Okay, so that's been 8 months. 8 months. Have I left on a vacation in 8 months? Hell no. So what the how is somebody like, I would say she's trying to potentially like 4 or 5 months pregnant? How's that happen if I haven't gone anywhere in 8 months? I have no idea. I mean, we live in California, do we not?
People dying over there of diseases.
Shit, that's true. You guys may not know this, but Kano is a bit of a germaphobe, and she's like really, really like scared of like monkeypox and stuff like that, and like the coof. Although she got the coof before. You feeling better though, right? I mean, you're like over it. Are you over the coof? You feel like you're fully over it? Do you feel like you're fully over the coof? Okay. But yeah, she is a bit of a germaphobe. So she's like telling me you're not allowed to go certain places, and if you do, you have to wear like mask, sterilized stuff, and she mops the floor like religiously. It's like a fetish with her. When are you gonna work? I'm gonna mop the floor. Okay, well, you do that. So she's a bit of a neat freak, which is fine. I don't mind. It's clean. I like it. We don't keep food out, so we don't have any bug problem. And although I do gotta clean off my table again. She made some cornbread the other day. Oh my God, it was so good. I got crumbs all over my freaking table. I was dying. I was just diving into this, man. I didn't care. There were the crumbs going everywhere. But they were so. I love cornbread. I do. I'm a cornbread just with hot butter on it. Oh, it was fantastic. I'm telling you, right, Kimo? Ooh, here we go. I got a. It says this audio stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate of audio stream. We're recommending the unit audio stream at 128 kbps. Oh, you know what? I might take that to heart. I think I use a 98, but you know what? I am going to kick up the audio bit rate. I think I've been playing around with some of the bit rates on the video, and so I haven't done anything on the audio. But I think the audio is a bit low as far as the quality. I could kick it up to 128 because I've got the bandwidth for it. So I am going to change that next stream. I can't do it right now. Actually, my KPS, I'm on 160 bit rate. It suggests a 128. Huh. So we suggest you use an audio stream bit rate of 128. It says because it's lower than expected. My bit rate is 160 right now. Maybe I'll kick it up higher than that. I'll try a higher bit rate. No, I didn't say it wasn't homemade. Did I say homemade? No, I didn't say homemade. It was a box stuff. It's still good. It was made with love. She wouldn't even leave me. She wouldn't even give me more than one piece though. She's like, I'm gonna take this to work and I'm gonna give it to my co-workers. And I'm like, but you made it for me and I'm hungry. But I'm hungry. I got like a quarter of it. She takes 3/4 to like work, and I didn't get to eat any of that. No, I didn't. She didn't take that much of it. She took about half, but whatever. Co-workers like, can I, like, I swear to God, I'm not kidding. Like, oh my God, you got to get me the recipe. I'm like, box. You add milk and eggs, I think, to it or something. No, a recipe is a cornbread box. Late night stuff. You gave away my share. So anyways, what else do you guys want to talk about here? Kimamaki says, I have an earliest doctor appointment later this AM. I'm going to plant you now and dig you later. Thanks for the stream, everyone. Thank you, Kimamaki. I'm going to be ending it. Like I said, I just wanted a quick test run. I think this kind of works. I'll be doing this probably at 6 o'clock Pacific time. My first real one, probably Monday. Because I'm scheduled in the morning. Usually I close on Mondays. Usually I close, but I'm off Mondays. But this Monday, I'm opening, so when I get home, I will do it then. If not, we'll just talk about some of the stuff going on in the Katie Joy realm. How about that? Sounds good to me. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please join the Without a Crystal Ball Victim Hotline Twitter account. It is exclusive. Don't need to be a member or anything like that of the channel. You just have to be somebody who's not a flying monkey, somebody who's not a troll, somebody who's not a dirtbag, shitlord, crap piece of person. But they are going to be vetted. So it's a safe space for people. I want people to be able to go to that Twitter and not have to worry about trolls. So there's the link to join that. The audio quality sounds okay to me too. After I added the filters, but we'll see. I'll play around with it. I did want to test the bit rate because I'm just kind of curious. But anyways, it'll be on this channel. So in order to chat on this live streams, you will have to become a member of the channel. So, yeah, I've already addressed the Sharian, so that goes away. I'm not going to sit there and be sea-lined. Not going to happen. Goodbye. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please comment in the video description, and I will see you later on this week on the Non Sequitur Show. We have a lawyer coming on, an actual lawyer coming on to be talking about sovereign citizens and what they actually believe and making fun of them, because that's what we do. Sound good? All right. See you on the Non Sequitur Show, 5 o'clock Pacific time on Friday. With that, good night. And don't be a victim of Katie Joy Paulson.